Hello again, I'm Sono Collector, and today we take a look at the Lego Architecture Venice, Italy sets 12 plus. Set 21026 has 277 pieces and retails for £24.99p. I'm reviewing this now because I came back from holiday from Italy, and I feel this was an appropriate review because I went there. It is less appropriate because I didn't actually go to Venice, so that really doesn't make sense. If I had the Leaning Tower of Pisa, it would have made a bit more sense, though I did hardly see that. Anyway, let's get on with the box itself. Before we take a look at the model itself, let's take a look at the box. One's a bit scratched. What's special about this is because this is the first proper set I got from Lego Shop, first time in this year, which was great. So the background is very, very plain. I mean, extremely plain because it's black. And you've got some blueprints, well, not really blueprints, but basically designs of the buildings, which I quite like. It's part of the architecture, isn't it? Nothing on the bottom, just some stuff on scale of the roof and parts. On the other side, on this side, it shows you Venice, Italy, and that in Italy. And on the back, it shows you some details on design, history, English, and Italian. On the back, it gives you all the parts of what part of the set is what. So Rialto Bridge, St. Mark's Basilica, St. Mark's Campanile, that's how you pronounce it, St. Theodore, and the winged lion of St. Mark statues, and Bridge of Science, and gives you a bit of write-up here if you want to read that. Pause if you wish. Anyway, let's go on with the set itself. So here is Venice in Lego form, or architecture scale Lego form. And I gotta say, this is quite nice, but also I do have a few issues with it. Let's start from the left to right. From left to right, we have the Rialto Bridge. Yeah, for its size, it's quite good, but it is a bit inaccurate. First of all, kind of, let's take a look at this image of Rialto Bridge. Yeah, as you can see, it is in the right colour. There's not too much arches there. And the only arch is not even an arch shape, it's just a hole. And the roof is a bit kind of too slanted and blocky. But Lego can't always get everything right. I like how they use this arch piece, which was used in a few big car models, and they use transparent blue pieces of water. Very, very thin water. You could have used it in green, because that's what water looks like now when it goes there. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. It looks quite nice. You can also see one of the exclusive parts of the set is the word Venice printed onto a very notable. We have St. Mark's Basilica, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's take a look at the image there, and it's what it's supposed to be. As you can see, for its scale, it's missing a whole load of detail. You can hardly see any of this olive green colour in it. It's more gold than white. White, you can't really get it in a good colour. If it was sand, it would look a bit too dark. There's no the arches are present. There's supposed to be 5, but there's only 3. They use 2 pieces for the points, which they kind of done. If this was much bigger, they could have done something similar with the Big Ben set. Doesn't have that picture in there. Yeah, it doesn't have that. Don't know what to call it. And don't have arches there. I can see this sort of grated window. They use this grate piece with sort of window back there. Quite like. And they have the domes with more points, even though there's no points. I could have just used some sort of like tool piece or something. Next up, we have St. Mark's Campanile. I don't know. Basically, most of the stuff belongs to St. Mark. Yeah, the detail is almost spot on. I think it's the best likeness to it, my opinion. I don't know if it's supposed to be that long. I feel it should be just a tad bit shorter. Maybe one of these could be taken off to make it a bit shorter. Detail wise, I don't know. There's no white on the roof, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Again, it's a bit too thick and less pointy. Don't have the window. Don't know if that print of, I think that's supposed to be the winged lion of St. Mark. Sorry, on here. I don't really know. And I feel the brown should have been lighter. But I mean, it looks pretty good. One fault with it though. I have one fault, sorry. It is pretty it's very loose. I don't know if it's like it for you, but as you can see, it just comes off really easily. But this could work to an advantage for you if you're someone who loves destruction of buildings and stop motion. Like, you could do this. Something similar if you are a professional, which I am really not. You also see this white and grey pattern on the tile on the bottom there. Next up, just after it, you have St. Theodore on the winged line of St. Mark. Of course, one's supposed to be in line with wings, one's supposed to be man. St. Theodore is holding a spear. Supposed to be holding a spear and sort of like in a squarish base. He's not like that. It's basically just a plain Lego man trophy. It just looks cute, but is not really accurate. And the winged line, yeah, that totally looks like a line. It just looks like wings, but hardly is wings. I also see a canal down there. And you see a lot of pieces that you can use, can't you? And finally, to round it off, we have the Bridge of Sighs. I thought signs. Yeah. Compare that to the box one. Try and see that there. Yeah, it's pretty basic, in my opinion. They use the great pieces here to kind of resemble windows, but that's kind of a bit too much windows. It's supposed to be buildings, supposed to connect to. Let's have another canal down here. Of course, they messed that out, and yeah, it's a bit too basic. Not too much detail. It's just it's a very basic model. I was just to mention dimensions. I didn't mention this before. Mention. It's 250. Is it? It's 255 millimeters in length and 140 millimeters in height. That's how exact. It's up to there. Yeah. Scale-wise, it is okay, but yeah. Take a look at the back. Yeah, this is a bit in my opinion. I know how the basilica is supposed to look from the back. I'm pronouncing it wrong. I hate myself, and I'm Italian. Yeah, it's very basic at the back. It's a bit lazy. Yeah, just sort of stops at a point. I feel this should be a bit more wider. I don't know. And on the bottom, we have some black tiles. So really, that's it for the build. I also mentioned the spare parts that come with this set. It is basically made up of 2 1x1 tiles, grey and white, 2 slant pieces in olive green and grey, and another St. Theodore head. Well, you could make this out of it because it's basically made up of 3 parts. It's a stud with a hole, minifigure, just mini figure, and like a bar rod piece. You heard a cracking sound earlier. It's basically these bags that I haven't bothered throwing away. They vary in size. It's a small one, big one, and a bigger one. Yeah, that's the 3 that come in this set. And for advertising wise, they have this little poster thing. Do you like architecture and stuff like that? Survey that you can, for you to win a prize. I don't know. Yeah, you could try it, but you can also see it's a 2016 set because it says 2016 there. On the back, they have it in a different language. I think it's French, and that is, I have no idea if that's supposed to be in Spanish. Found it. And they also have a very thick instruction booklet, which is basically like an idea set. Also, I forgot to mention the box type is an idea set. Enjoy your building experience. I did. Yeah, and they have the tape there. And you also have it in different languages there. You can download the instructions if you like. They give you, in the beginning, they give you a write-up on Venice and different parts that you can build with a bit of quotes by different people. I don't know what their importance means for this, but I don't know, you probably search them up. Yeah, so that's a bit of a showing of Venice and the instructions, and you can see the background is black. Probably in the beginning you'd probably get confused if you're not looking too closely. but they're not hard to follow. Also give you a bit of facts here on different pages, randomly. And I like how detailed it is. As you can see, it shows you what parts to use here and here. And at the back they show you advertisements for the different sets that they have, parts, references here, and another thing here. So what do I think of this Lego Architecture Venice set? Well, I quite like it, in fact, but I would say this is something that leaves a lot to be desired. Mainly if you are someone who is kind of a nitpicker at sort of structures that are put into smaller scales, then yeah, you could be, you have a lot of negatives about this thing. I do quite like it because you use a variety of different colours, specifically white, brown and olive green. What I particularly like are the Basilica and the Campanile. I've really forgotten now. To like the print parts, I feel there's only 3 in them, and 2 which I believe are exclusive to the set, which is the winged line of St. Mark and the Venice 1x6 there. Few problems I have with it is, one is the sort of stability of the Campanile, and also kind of detail wise. Of course, Lego can't always be perfect, yeah, but there are a few things that are just too basic. Statues, it's a bit understandable. The bridge, the 2 bridges I feel could have made a bit of an improvement. This one, yeah, I can't really see it myself. I'm not an expert, so I don't know how I could fix it. I do like it. It's something that you can put on a shelf and then look at and be kind of like, ooh, this looks beautiful. Of course, like they've kind of crammed all the 5 together, and there should be more split apart, or maybe just far or back. Maybe they're not all supposed to be together. Maybe this is the bridge of size supposed to be in a different area. I don't really know. Leave it up to you. If you like this sort of thing, then get it. The problem is $24.99 isn't really worth it because it is quite small, so I feel this should be at like $15 at the most, about, I don't know, $17.99 in my opinion, just to like half. Yeah, because I do feel this won't make you happy entirely, but I quite like it, and you should. I highly recommend it for you. That's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.